The theme and context of this video started off completely different, and there's a whole other story that maybe one day I'll tell and maybe one day I won't. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on some killer high-power roll race cars, trying to make dig hits, a badass Camaro with a great crew from out of town that knows how to dial it in, the fastest grudge Harley you'll probably ever see, and me and my dad lining up on the street for the first time. I only had 3 for sure racing events on my calendar for this summer. 1 out-of-town street race, 1 no-prep event, and 1 at-home cash days. The at-home cash days turned out to be mostly a bust, with only 3 cars showing up. My dad, a guy from Pennsylvania, and me. Us 3 semi-finalists decided to split the pot, aka keep our own money, and just go make some test hits and have a good time. I started off with a motor pass to set the tone, and try to get a handle on these 275s and overcome this front shock issue I've been dealing with. The bouncing front end, tiny rear tires, no prep and no water is not going to be a winning combination. But at least it went straight. Sean and his dad and his crew drove in from Pittsburgh, and I kind of felt bad for them because it was supposed to be this big cash days and ended up just being the 3 of us. But they took it in stride and really dialed this car in on the road, which worked out for them later on. And I was excited to have another 540 on nitrous, leaf springs and slapper bars on the street. It's basically the same combination as the van in a Camaro. For Dad's first motor pass, he decided to go no water, no prep, no burnout. This is the first time out with actual front shocks in the car and no power adder. Don't worry, this video is not 16 minutes of the 3 of us making test hits, I promise you. As the evening went on, more cars and more people showed up, but the one that I was super excited about was Billy, the photographer that was responsible for a lot of the early 80s street racing footage that I've used. He came out with his camera and took some amazing pictures. Adding nitrous did not help my equation. Every pass that Sean made throughout the night, he just kept adjusting his rear shocks and kept adjusting his shocks to hit the tire harder, and it really worked. John brought this wicked Mustang out, but he quickly learned some of these new cars are designed to not enjoy dig racing. It'll let you do a big burnout, but it doesn't want to let you launch. Matt brought his Harley down from Detroit, and I'm not a bike guy, but this is a true grudge bike, and it is impressive. Louis brought out his ridiculously high-power 426 twin-turbo stick-shift Challenger to try to get it dialed in for some digs. There's a white TRX that makes hits on this street a lot, and Dad invited his friend Bernie to come down. Dad was getting ready to go, but there was some footage that I needed to have while we were both here.
Good God.
By the time I stopped spinning and remembered that I had nitrous, it was too late. But what a great time. Eventually there were 5 cars that wanted to get in on a shootout, but my combination clearly wasn't working tonight and I wasn't interested. I don't enjoy racing for money. I'll do it in certain circumstances, but it's not really my thing. After first round, Louis came out to try to make another hit in the Challenger. And Sasha brought out his fresh F-150 just to get a baseline tune. Sure is pretty. Matt ended up getting one grudge race, but we knew as soon as that happened, he wasn't going to get another one. Sean ended up winning the shootout, which was the best thing because he worked the hardest that night. He drove in for this, and he got to go home with a little bit of money. We had a great time, met some new people, and we'll definitely race together again. So through word of mouth and just being on the street that gets used all the time, what was supposed to be a small private cash days turned into a hell of a big night and a pretty good time.